What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back for this new video. Welcome to Danks Gaming and Videos. Today we're going to continue on with our last Epoch Bladedancer rogue leveling build provided by maxroll.gg. Again, no affiliation, just really like their stuff. And we're going to pick up where we left off. So in the last live stream we ended at level 33. And we made it up to 39. In the one we just did. So we ended at 33 the two streams ago, started at 33 on Wednesday, ended at 39. So that's where we are now, and we're gonna go through again where we allocated the points in the passives and where we allocated points in the skills. And then we'll also go over some of the weapon upgrades and then other things you should also look for between the levels of like 30 and 40. So we will get started and we'll bring up first our passives. So when we began the stream on Wednesday, we had only once and pursuit maxed out, so they were ready to go. So then according to the leveling build, we then jump over to falconer, and we first put all 5 points into raptor's wings. So raptor's wings, as you can read there, chance to gain haste is increased by 10%, more damage with haste, so you get a 5% boost once you get haste. And then this one, wilderness scout, you get plus 80 health once you put all 8 points into it, and then plus 40 to your dodge rating, all positives. And then also got a point to put back over into Bladedancer, where we will focus the rest of the points and put it into Cloak of Shadows, increases the dexterity and glancing blow chance. So that helped us out a lot. We definitely gained a lot more HP through our leveling of our gear as well, but we'll cover that later. But we gained more passive points than we did with leveling. We did a number of side quests, so you also want to check out the side quests. Maxroll.gg also has a list of side quests that are good for the passive points, so you can level up even faster. You can get those points even faster into those passive points. So when it came to our skills and specializations, umbral blades, we ended up finishing through this tree here. So cacophony of steel, steel torrent, loathing, and then we came over here to soul thief, where we're going to max that out, and then we're going to continue on to the next branch, and then we hit steel torrent. So steel torrent is back up here, so then you'll put 2 more points back in there, and then after that you're going to want to go to downfall and finish off points into downfall. So that gives you more of a chance to gain dusk shroud when you use umbral blades and hit at least one enemy. So all good things. And then the last one, I do believe, you're going to want to put into jagged carvings. So that's just going to increase your physical damage. And that's this one right here. And then as far as shift is concerned, we got all the way to, now we're into consumed by shadow will be the next one. So this is the last point we ended up in here, was unseen strike. If using a melee weapon, when shifting you perform an unseen strike, hitting enemies along your path. Hit alt for more information. Deals melee physical damage with 100% added damage effectiveness. Pretty cool. The other one that you want to note is down here, and this, after using shift, you use shadow cascade. 1002 damage per second, 15 mana cost. So added damage, because you can see there, 32% increased damage. Added damage is applied at 200% effectiveness. So the scaling on this attack is massive. So that's another point you'll want to make sure you put into shift, because you'll perform the shadow cascade, and then you also perform the unseen strike, which is hitting enemies as well. So you perform the shift and you're leaving an attack, you're creating attacks all within one originally just movement based maneuver. And then when it came to smoke bomb, when we were in smoke bomb, we went as far as Umbral Assault, I do believe it is. Yeah, so we'll finish off Umbral Assault. Then you move to Shrouded in Darkness, which is over here. And then you move to Generosity, right here. Max that out. Or you put 1 point in that, I'm sorry. And then you go over to Enfeeblement, put a point in there. So this one's more about diversifying the attack. Moonlight Bomb after that, which is over here. So you can see that initial burst grants you a stack of Silver Shroud, causing you to dodge the next hit and gain ward per stack. So that's pretty good. Although it does note, does not scale with points allocated. So you have to note that as well. And then after that, you're going to put points into Rapid Concealment, which is just up here. So that then grants your stacks of Dusk Shroud. All good things. And then in the last one, when we hit level 30, we were able to add Synchronized Strike to our skills and specializations. So this one was pretty straightforward. We only had 10 points, and we started with 4 in there. Coordinated Cuts, so that shows you Armor Shred chance, Armor Shred effect. Then we put points into Dynamics, so it costs less mana, always important. This is the interesting thing about this is that the rogue uses mana, where in most other games it's like energy or darkness or shadow or something like that, but the actual use of mana in this is pretty cool. Adds a bit of a magical effect, I find anyway, to the rogue. Art of the Blade, you are granted increased attack speed for 3 seconds if Synchronized Strike hits at least one enemy. Pretty much guaranteed in this game because everything comes at you in swaths unless you're in a, you know, a big single boss fight. Perfect Coordination, Shadows Jump Inward, so that's when you do the Synchronized Strike. Instead of striking forward, they're going to focus fire their attack on what's in front of you and carve inwards, almost like an inverted cone. If you are familiar with a cone attack in like Dungeons and Dragons, it kind of goes like backwards from that. They start wide and cut in really sharp. So that's also I found a very helpful point and a helpful attack. Now it also costs mana plus 10, but kind of offset up here. So that's not so bad. And then Umbral Assassination. Synchronized Strikes inflicts enemy with a Shadow Dagger. Shadow Daggers are really cool. They literally like are a Shadow Dagger that floats above your enemy. We'll show it here. Well, you can see, look at the damage per second there. It's absolutely insane. Upon reaching 4 stacks of Shadow Daggers, this daggers plunge into the target, dealing physical damage. This damage always critically strikes. Like, the added damage is also applied at 340% effectiveness. Like, the scaling is huge. So Shadow Daggers silently is one of your biggest strikes, and it's just attached to your Synchronized Strike. Now, the inventory, I'm still kind of learning, but we were able to add more idle slots, and you can see we got dodge rating, poison resistance, health on kill. That was very important. Critical strike chance, crits. Huge, always huge in a rogue's arsenal. So you'll want to stack as much critical strike chance as possible. So we were able to add quite a bit. Oh, I can move some of that around. And we got a few items. We got a Singularity, which I can't use that quite yet. No, that's level 42, so that's no big deal. So let's go travel to the Desert Way Station. So don't know who this guy is. Not really worried about it. I think I gotta go this way. If that makes sense. QWER. So let's get this party started. So I like to drop the Smoke Shroud. Well, I probably did a little early there, but that's okay. So you can see there where it's leaving that attack. There's the Synchronized Strikes. See where they jump inwards. Leaves the shadows as well. So there was that. Ooh, Cascade attack. So I always got to keep an eye on health. That's one thing I do struggle with sometimes is I get a little distracted. But the higher the dodge rating, right, the better off you are. And this guy is pretty hard to hit most of the time. Well, that was pretty quick. We mowed through that part pretty fast. As far as gear is concerned, eviscerating. Anything eviscerating is good to have as a rogue. adds critical strike chance, among other things. Now what we're looking at is eviscerating Curse of Acid. Eviscerating Curse of Acid, those are what you're looking for. Rogue's Horned Helm of Deflection, also good. Eviscerating Jade Amulet of Acid. Rogue's Brigandine Armor of Insulation. Ballista's Gold Ring of Deflection, so you're going to want to double up on those. Plated Belt of Life, Vital Brigandine Boots of Deflection, and Avarice for Gloves, which I actually already have those right there. They're very helpful. I don't have an eviscerating at this point, but we're doing the best that we can. So we have a Horned Helm of Evasion, which is best that I can hope for right now. There's a Helm of Hope. But if you can see here, critical strike chance, increased mana regeneration, also important. So just take the gear that is best available to you at the time that increases your attacks that you use the most. Try not to use gear that has useless stats for you, because there is a lot of gear out there that may look good on paper, but really in the end, the stats, they have no value add to your class or to your mastery. So pay attention to the stats, pay attention to the added prefixes and suffixes and what they do for you and your class. Make sure you pay attention to your passives and those skills and specializations. Don't forget to go check out maxroll.gg if you want to do it yourself, you know, and check that out. But don't forget to come back here for the next video. We're going to be covering hopefully levels 40 through 50 in the next video or two. So thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave some comments down in the comment section on anything you'd like to add. I'm always open to anything the viewers have to say. So thanks again for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day.